There's a whole lot happening now.
So Live at the Roslyn is a web series. It's a live concert that you can watch from the comfort of home. And you watch that by Facebook Live, where an artist will come into our living room, studio that we converted, and we will sound check like we would any other show. Once we're all ready, the show starts with going live to Facebook.
Oh, hello there, everybody! Facebook Live! Essentially, since November 2nd, 2016, every Wednesday for 6 months out of each calendar year, we've done, I think, 97 episodes or something like that. We put on a Facebook Live show that is free for everybody in the world to watch, and it's a band playing a full set. While everybody at home can actually interact. I read the comments from the people at home to the band live while it's happening in between songs.
So it's not just live, it's interactive. The band has an opportunity to respond and interact with the people watching, so it gives that sense of engagement. It started with us at the Cavern, looking around to 20 people in the room, wondering how, in a city of 700,000 people, were there only 20 people that wanted to see what we were just watching.
Radio wasn't promoting Winnipeg music, TV wasn't promoting Winnipeg music. I was like, how am I a major music fan my whole life and I didn't know barely any of these bands? And it just kind of formulated from that. We came up with an idea. We saw Facebook Live. We saw people going live. I always wanted to own a music venue. That was always my dream of having a venue. And it just all kind of clicked. Hey everybody, we are here for the first episode of Live at the Roslyn Season 4. This is a show where everybody's watching on Facebook Live.
So we moved into the 100-year-old Roslyn apartments. We turned the living room into a studio, and we decided we were gonna have bands play right in our living room that we were gonna play to Facebook Live.
Started to think about the evolution of music into the digital age and how we can just simply click go live from our home, have the bands play here, and everyone at home can watch for free and get to know these Winnipeg bands.
Rather than being mad that everybody's always on their phone, we found a way to embrace the fact that, well, people are going to be on their phone. Why don't we put music in front of them there? You know, we know there's a lot of barriers to accessing local music, live music, and that's time constraints, money constraints, anxiety issues. There's a million reasons why someone might not go to a show. So we found a way to bring the show to you.
Yeah, it's just a chicken town.
So when this started, it was just on an iPhone 6, and we hit record.
And so we were just going live on the phone.
It's gonna be kind of ridiculous, kind of cool.
It was literally up against pliers. It was pliers, and I would center it and make sure it was well. We would test the sound in the room, and we would make adjustments in the room based on that, but the tech was just an iPhone 6.
From there, we learned that we could add an audio interface in and use a webcam, and we wouldn't have to rely just on a phone. We could actually do this through broadcasting software.
We had a 12-channel mixer that we started using, and then we went to just a Logitech webcam through OBS software. And it was such a pain, and there was a lot of growing pains. We learned every week. We were very critical of ourselves, trying to get better and better. There was hundreds of hours of testing.
Well, as we wanted to get to more camera angles, we started to add switchers. We've been using Blackmagic technology, specifically what we use, ATEM switcher and web presenter. And now instead of using the Logitech webcam, we use a switcher with DSLR cameras.
Season 2 comes, and we needed somebody to do switching, and Kevin's just a really smart guy. Whatever he puts his mind to, he's able to do at a high level. Everything that we're doing is all live. It's all live switching, and it's really cool. We have 4 cameras in here. We're putting it through a couple Blackmagic pieces, but
all the secrets.
Yeah, we'll do a rig rundown one day maybe. How about you do the switching, just like learn it from scratch? And he did, and he's been doing such a great job. And so Kevin just took over the switching capabilities and kind of became like the director or producer of the show.
My name's Riley Saunders, I'm a village idiot.
Riley is, I guess, the head idiot. He's the host, he's the business mind, he's the shameless self-promoter, he's the guy who makes it happen. He wears his heart on his sleeve, he's authentic, and he's personable.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at the theremin, I know.
I'm the host of the show. Honestly, I load everyone's equipment in. I look at the time constantly to make sure the processes are going well. I communicate with all the team members separately. I'll just do whatever I need to do just to make sure that everyone is happy on set.
The hardest working person in the music business,
bar none, Joey Sent from J Sent Photography.
Joey's a photographer and filmographer for us. We always saw Joey at shows, but we never knew Joey, but we knew that Joey knew music.
After the first episode, I said, you know, we should have a photographer. And I was Facebook friends with Joey at that time because I had always seen her in the front row at shows everywhere.
And when we started doing this, we were talking about who might like to be involved, who would offer something of value to the project. And, without a doubt, Joey Senth is the person that every musician knows, and everyone around town who sees live music photos sees her photos. So it was somewhat of a no-brainer that we'd reach out to her to see if she'd be interested in being a part of the project.
I reached out to Joey and I just said, hey, this is what we're doing, this is our idea. It turned out she lived right here on Roslyn, and she was in. She was just immediately in. She liked the idea. So it was like, that was so sweet. Kevin and I are at a hockey game and we're sitting beside a guy that I used to work with, Mike Osakoya. And Mike coincidentally sent a message saying, hey, I love what you do, let me know if I can help in any way.
And he offered to us that he's a photographer and he's got a background in film, and if we ever needed any help, he'd be happy to come and check it out and lend a helping hand.
So it was so cool. So we had Joey and Mike, and then Atom Jaman had reached out to us. We saw him at the Cavern one day, and he said, love what you do and everything. I do lights. And he all of a sudden started doing a bunch of lights for shows. That added a new dynamic.
We got Atom Jaman, who is the man. He's doing the, oh!
Atom is the man. He's one of the most creative and fun people and loving people that I've ever met. He's a great guy. Back in season 1, we just had a band that wanted to take the production to a little higher level, and they were friends with Atom as well, and they said, hey, do you mind if we bring a guy to set some props and do some staging and some lighting? And we said, absolutely, that would be great, bring the guy down. And then so it turned out to be Atom, and we're like, oh, hey, this is great, And so we made him a part of the team more permanently. First time that I ever saw Kevin Moretz's work was when he did a series called Mom's House. And then I saw the Skylar Bouchard tour videos, and it blew me away. And I remember sending it to Riley being like, check this out, the same guy who does Mom's House, this is awesome. It's the sort of content that I think could help clearly a really creative mind, someone I'd like to meet.
And then we met Kevin Moretz, joined our team for season 3 because we always wanted to create a documentary.
The rest is history. We've done some really interesting things since then, not just the behind the scenes video for Live at the Roslyn, but we also do some music videos.
Derek Benjamin joined our team on sound this year.
And so we came down and we chatted a little bit. We showed him the setup and told him what it involved, and he was on board. And so he's now our sound guy.
Yeah, now our team is up to 7 people, and it's pretty cool. Our extended team is more than 7. There's a lot of video editors and stuff we've worked with, and a lot of people helping write our theme song and just stuff like that.
People were happy to have all the people that worked with us. It's a really interesting thing, because when this started, it was just for the love of music, and it turned into a business. It was never supposed to be a business. It was supposed to just be something fun we did on Facebook. It became a business because so many people gave their time and effort and their passion to this project to help it succeed.
We've been saying from the start, we are all village idiots. Like everybody out there who doesn't feel accepted by typical society, well, we accept you. Ultimately, what that led into was us promoting events, putting on events. I was just going to all the shows at the Cavern. I didn't know we could put on a show at the Pyramid and King's Head Pub. We can put on the shows and promote the shows and bring people out and bring our community together and make a card that we want to see and that our community wants to see, and have so much fun while we're doing it.
From there it grew to promoting physical shows, or to hosting or emceeing different events, or now we own a music festival, Hoot Owl Music Festival. It was all really gradual progression. It was more just in the moment, the opportunities that arise. We never really sat down and said, here's a 5-year plan on where we'd like to be with the Village Idiots, because it was never a business. It was just fun to do.
None of this is work. This is honestly all love, all fun. Oh, I'm in heaven. Like, this is, I seriously am living a dream every day of my life.
All together now!
It's greatly positively impacted my life. The Village Idiots is a wonderful initiative, and I'm so happy to be a part of it. And It's connected me with a lot of really great musicians and a lot of really great creative minds outside of that, giving me a lot of opportunity to express myself as well. We're just trying to do our part to help make the world a better place, to make music a little more accessible.
My goal is to just help people smile, help people get satisfaction out of their day. Working for yourself with people you love in an industry that you love, you wouldn't want to replace that for the world.